fans of murder and mayhem, welcome back to Hunger Games Ultimate Elimination Challenge. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Frybox64, and we are continuing our 30 days of Halloween. I do apologize that we didn't get anything uploaded yesterday. I had a crazy weekend, lots of stuff going on. I just didn't get around to it, but I promise you we will do a double upload this weekend. Make sure that we're still keeping up with our 30 days of Halloween challenge. This video right here might come up a little late tonight, might come up tomorrow morning technically. I'm still trying to get back on track, so do forgive me. We are still going with our creepy Halloween takeover of the Hunger Games challenge. This theme, we have Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion. If you don't know what that game is, I highly recommend you check it out on YouTube. Other gamers have played through it. It's my current gaming obsession right now, aside from Oregon Trail. So, it's very cute, but scary at the same time. So, without further ado, here we go. In District 1, we have the main antagonist, Spooky herself, and the main protagonist, the historian, the character that you play as, which could be male or female. It's rather androgynous. In District 2, we have the slime monster, literally made of either slime or ink, we're not entirely sure, and the spider bug, which is a spider centipede thing that chases you for quite a bit. All of these things chase you. In District 3, we have, I would say the bloodied girl, but apparently in the save files she is named as Ringu. So here she is on the screen. This is Ringu. And Mother Bab. Again, that's how her name is in the save files. Again, here she is on the screen. She's some sort of cult thing that people worship. Don't know all the details, but it's there. In District 4, we have Ben the Merchant, the puppeteer guy, and the corpse wall. That should be interesting. I want to see it go up against the arena wall. In District 5, we have the Deer Lord, and I'm just saying it's his daughter, Tirsiak. I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. In District 6, we have the Taker and the Parasite Girl. Doesn't she look so pleasant? In District 7, we have the Food Demon and the old serial killer. I think he might be possessed. In District 8, we have the Siren, the beautiful, beautiful Siren, just don't look at her face, and the red final boss at the very end. And in District 9, we have the characters from the Katamari Hospital DLC that got added on. We have the hospital officer with his giant crab fisty things, I don't know what the heck those are, and Becca! Isn't she beautiful? Just a round of applause for Becca, she's so beautiful. In District 10, we have the Ghost Cow! So freaking pleasant! And Babyface! I have no idea what else to call it. It's a freaking baby head thing. I don't know what it is. You figure out what it is. In District 11, we have Whiteface. That may be familiar to a lot of people on here. And Otto Otter. Probably the least dangerous character in the entire game. Literally, it's so hard to die if you're being chased by him. I think he's a spoof off of the Five Nights at Freddy's characters, but And then in District 12, coming up at the very end, we have Spooper and Lisa. I believe Lisa is supposed to be based off the PT game, horror game thing. Again, I'm not sure. This is just all the lore that I've read up on it, so without further ado, let's get started. Who will win? Who will die? Who will get conked in the head with a coconut and eliminated in the first round? Let's find out. Players, are you ready? I will take that as a yes and pretend I didn't hear that one no. 3, 2, 1, game on! The bloodbath. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds, yet again. Corpse Wall runs away with a lighter and some rope. An interesting conundrum, considering he has no arms. Does he get the little corpse arms to reach out and do it for him? I don't know. Spooky, Whiteface, and Mother Bab work together to get as many supplies as possible. Makes sense. Tirsiak runs away. Meanwhile, the Deer Lord takes a handful of throwing knives. Makes sense. Babyface grabs a shovel, somehow, despite the fact that it lacks arms. Parasite Girl grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia with her massive parasite mouth. Spooper stabs the siren while her back is turned. Spooper! Oh my gosh. Getting an early lead in here, apparently. The old killer runs away. Becca runs away. More like floats away, I think, is what she does. The food demon retrieves a trident from inside the cornucopia. Going to skewer some people to put them on the Barbie, apparently. The historian grabs a backpack, not realizing it is empty. That does seem like something that the historian would do. The ghost cow and Otto Otter fight for a bag. Otto Otter gives up and retreats, just kind of waddling away in his weird animatronic way. The hospital officer runs away. The red boss grabs a backpack and retreats. Ben the merchant grabs a shovel, looking to bury his competition, apparently. Hello. Oh, the New Orleans Saints win, 43-19.
Yes.
In case you were paying attention there.
Thank you.
In case anybody else wanted to know, the New Orleans Saints won by a lot. Anyway, getting back to our game here. The Taker runs away from the cornucopia. Ringu runs away. The slime monster falls into a pit and dies. Apparently, he just went to just a splat of ink on the ground. Nice, nice. Lisa runs away, and Spiderbug finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. Each little leg is just holding a different thing at this point. Oh, boy. Well, that was quite an interesting first round there. Day 1! This is only day 1. Hospital officer travels to higher ground. Tirsiak chases the Taker. The Taker's really dangerous. I don't know if she should be doing that. Spooper receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Oh, hey, we never decided who was going to win. We never placed our bets. Given that you don't really play the game a whole lot...
Who's the evilest?
I would say Spooky's probably the evilest.
Okay, want her to win then.
Okay, so...
I'm voting for the worst.
So Joe wants Spooky to win. Who's my favorite? I kind of want Spooper to win. I have a soft spot for Spooper. Because he's all dressed up in his cute little ghost costume. He's getting into the Halloween spirit. So, I want Spooper to win.
Don't ask what's under the cloth.
Yeah, don't ask what's under the cloth. Apparently it's super scary. Parasite Girl begs for Ringu to kill her. She refuses, keeping Parasite Girl alive. I don't want to live! Ringu! Kill me! I'm so ugly!
Well, too bad. You're living today.
The Deer Lord goes hunting. Ironic, considering I think he's supposed to protect the deer, but okay. Becca receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Otto Otter runs away from Ben the merchant. The ghost cow overhears the corpse wall and the red boss talking in the distance. I bet that's an interesting conversation. Mostly a bunch of screams and orders. Babyface hunts for other tributes. Whiteface is unable to convince the old killer to not kill him. Well then, that's interesting. The spider-bug camouflages herself in the bushes. Considering she's a bug, I don't think that would be difficult. Spooky, the food demon, and Mother Bab hunt for other tributes. Oh, be afraid. Be very afraid of that combination. The historian receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. And Lisa constructs a shack. Considering that her head is kind of bent sideways because she has like a broken neck, I imagine it's kind of like off kilter and kind of sideways, and she's like, there, it looks perfect, and like a wall is starting to like collapse inward because it's built wrong. Followed tributes, 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance for the siren, the slime monster, and Whiteface. We salute you guys. You hung in there as long as you could, but it wasn't good enough. Onward to night 1. The ghost cow screams for help. I imagine it's probably a weird screaming moo. That sounds more like a cat. The taker destroys Parasite Girl's supplies while she is asleep. The hospital officer screams for help. So we have these, like, shrieking moos in one area, and then these, like, coming from, like, another area. It's like, The red boss and the corpse wall huddle for warmth. Oh, this is what they were talking about earlier that Whiteface overheard. Spooky receives a hatchet from an... Gosh dang it, Joe! You can't be sending people supplies this early in the game.
I do what I want.
Mother Bab tries to treat her infection. Becca goes to sleep. Lisa, Babyface, and Spooper discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. The food demon hunts the spider bug. Or no, I read that wrong. Food demon fends spider bug, the historian, and the deer lord away from his fire. Well then. Kudos to you, food demon. Good job. The old killer thinks about home. Otto Otter attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Given he's an animatronic and probably has never had to start a fire before, this probably is not within his skill set. At all. Ringu cries herself to sleep. Aww. I realize that when she chases you in the game, she has, like, all these arms and tentacle things that, like, protrude from her back, and she gets all, like, scary, but I still want to give her a hug. Just tell her it's okay. Ben the Merchant is awoken by nightmares, and Tirsiak questions her sanity. You're dressed like a cross between a fox, a wolf, and a deer, and you are just now questioning your sanity? Well, at least it's progress. It's progress. The first step to fixing your problems is admitting that you have it.
Or dying.
Or dying, that's another one. Alright, onward to day 2. The old killer sprains his ankle while running away from Parasite Girl. I would run too if Parasite Girl were chasing me. I mean, you saw her picture at the beginning.
Whoa.
The hospital officer, Babyface, and Ringu hunt for other tributes. Tirsiak makes a wooden spear, which is very within her character. I feel like she'd know how to make a wooden spear. The red boss travels to higher ground, which, if any of you've seen or played the game, you know he floats in the air, so that makes sense. Ben the Merchant begs for Spooper to kill him. He refuses, keeping Ben the Merchant alive. Aw, what a good sport, Spooper. I mean, you're gonna have to kill people to stay alive, but, you know, you're a good sport anyway. Spooky collects fruit from a tree. Dear Lord receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Oh, excuse me.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, would you shush? The historian dies from thirst. Oh, well. Oh, boy. Becca and the spider bug split up to search for resources. Mother Bab chases Lisa, trying to sacrifice her for her cults. Bring back the evil Bab god. Otto Otter searches for a water source. So he can swim in the water source? I'm guessing? The food demon steals from the taker while he isn't looking. He just wants meat to make burgers. That's all he wants. I mean, come on. The ghost cow constructs a shack. I imagine he builds like a barn or a stable type thing. And the corpse wall hunts for other tributes. That's interesting. I would love to see it just like floating across the landscape. One cannon shot can be heard in the distance for the historian. We salute you, little guy, or gal, whatever the case may be. You made it through 1,000 rooms in the Jumpscare mansion, but you couldn't make it 2 days in the Hunger Games. Let's continue onward. To night 2. The food demon stays awake all night, making burgers out of who knows what. Lisa thinks about home. Spooper's trap kills Parasite Girl. Yes! Go, Spooper! You got got this, little guy. Mother Bab bashes Ringu's head in with a mace. Oh boy, here we go. Action is picking up right here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. The Dear Lord and Corpse Wall talk about the tribute still alive. Obviously not Parasite Girl or Ringu. Taker, Ben the Merchant, and Spooky track down and kill the hospital officer. Well, in all honesty, aside from Otto Otter, the hospital officer's kinda like the most meh character in the game, in my opinion, so yeah, I can see that happening. Babyface goes to sleep. The old killer questions his sanity. Again, you're just questioning it now? At least you're admitting you have a problem. Becca thinks about home. The red boss climbs a tree to rest. Why climb when you can float? Or did you use up all your floating power earlier? Otto Otter screams for help. I imagine it sounds kind of like the animatronic screams from Five Nights at Freddy's. So we got animatronics screaming all throughout the night. Tirsiak sets up camp for the night. Again, very in character. She would know how to survive in the woods. And the ghost cow tends to the spider bug's wounds. Aw, what a nice little ghost cow. I don't know what you can do, but you try. Alright. Onward to day 3. 3 days in, and we have a lot of people dead. Babyface runs away from Tirsiak. Well, like, floats away in a very slow manner. The old killer diverts the red boss's attention and runs away. Mother Bab receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. It's her cult! They're trying to make sure she survives so they can bring her up out the end of the world. Don't let it happen! Chad! Do something! Oh wait, I fired Chad? Who's the new guy? Tom? Tom, do something! The corpse wall stalks the spider bug. The Taker, Otto Otter, Spooky, and the Food Demon hunt for other tributes. That's just a weird group right there. That's all I'm gonna say. Spooper severely injures Lisa and leaves her to die. Oh boy. Spooper picking up the slack here. Go Spooper, go Spooper, go! The ghost cow and Ben the Merchant split up to search for resources. And the Dear Lord steals from Becca while she isn't looking. Alright, making some progress. Arena event! Lights out? Tom, is this the best you could do? Really? You turned the lights out? That's all you did? Oh boy. The arena turns pitch black and nobody can see a thing. Okay, this is a new one. Let's see how this goes. Spiderbug survives. I'm assuming because he can see in the dark. The Food Demon survives. Taker survives. Mother Bab survives. Spooky survives. This isn't really doing anything, Tom. Ben the Merchant finds and kills the red boss who was making too much noise. I bet the red boss was just summoning, like, all its various attacks, and Ben the Merchant's just like, I'm gonna send one of my puppets in to kill it. Oh boy. The Dear Lord survives. The old killer survives. The ghost cow trips on a rock and falls off a cliff. I just imagine it very comically, like, rolling down the side of the cliff, like, oof, 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 oof. Kind of like Alex the Lion from Madagascar. Let's see. Becca survives. Tirsiak trips on a rock and falls off a cliff. Oh no, poor Tirsiak. Spooper accidentally makes contact with spiny lethal plantlet. Oh no, Spooper! You were doing so well! What happened, buddy?
Another one bites the dust.
Otto Otter flails his weapon around, accidentally killing Babyface. Oh no. And the corpse wall accidentally makes contact with mighty lethal plantlet. I feel like Spooper's on one side of the plant life and the corpse wall's on the other side, and they're going, Marco Polo, Marco Polo, Marco, ah! They both like that. Oh gosh. Well, it was only somewhat effective. Alright, Tom. I will not fire you, but if you don't come up with better arena events, 10 cannon shots can be heard in the distance for Parasite Girl, Ringu, the Hospital Officer, Lisa, Red Boss, Ghost Cow, Tirsiak, Spooper, Babyface, and the Corpse Wall. We salute you. You hung in there a full 3 days. Some of you almost made it through the arena event. Unfortunately, you didn't. You tried your best and you had fun with it. And now you're dead. I'm so sorry, Spooper. I was rooting for you, little guy.
I'm laughing.
Yes, he's laughing over there. He's laughing at my pain. Alright, night 3. Spiderbug, Spooky, and Ben the Merchant cheerfully sing songs together. It sounds like something Spooky would do.
Yep.
The Taker tries to treat his infection. Okay, the Taker is, from what I understand, a haunted jar. How does a haunted jar treat an infection?
Maybe it's a jar full of alcohol.
Or a jar full of dirt.
I've got a jar of dirt.
I've got a jar of dirt, and guess what's inside it? Not what you think. Becca receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Becca's been receiving a lot of things from an unknown sponsor. Tom, are you sponsoring Becca? We had this problem with Chad. Gosh dang it, when will people learn? Otto Otter severely injures Food Demon and leaves him to die. Wow. One of the least threatening villains took out a higher villain. Wow, I'm impressed. The Dear Lord quietly hums. The old killer cooks his food before putting his fire out. I imagine it's human flesh. And Mother Bab cries herself to sleep. Probably because she's not bringing about the apocalypse and she's failing her master. The feast! The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. And if it's one thing we have learned, it is, say it with me, don't go to the feast! Now let's see who actually survives. Otto Otter decides not to go. Spooky decides not to go. Mother Bab decapitates the old killer with a sword. I bet her god is very happy with her right now. The Dear Lord decides not to go. Spiderbug and Taker fight Ben the Merchant and Becca. Ben the Merchant and Becca survive. The poor Spiderbug got squished and the Taker got broken, apparently. Because literally, it's like a puppet-looking man and an eyeless, legless woman fighting a bug and a jar. Well then, I don't really see how that could have gone differently. Alright, day 4. We are down to 2, 4, 6. We have 6 people left, folks. That's a 6. That's a 6. I promise that's a 6. Here we go. Day 4. Otto Otter stalks Mother Bab. Just picturing him just like waddling back and forth through the underbrush being, I'm so sneaky, I'm so sneaky. And Mother Bab's just kind of looking over his shoulder being like, just feeling sorry for him. So she's like, I'll let him think he's stalking me. Be like, oh, I don't know. He's behind me. Who on earth could be stalking me? And Otto's like, hee. I got a whacked out mind, people. Ben the Merchant and the Dear Lord split up to search for resources. Spooky practices her archery. Which, considering she uses a sword a lot or she's pictured with a sword a lot during the game, I guess she would need to practice her archery, given that she doesn't use a bow and arrow very much. And Becca goes hunting. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance for the Food Demon, the Old Killer, the Spiderbug, and the Taker. Again, we salute all of you who fell. You hung in for a while, but your big mistake was going to the feast. Unfortunately, you're dead, so you will not learn from that mistake. Night 4. Otto Otter cries himself to sleep, crying tears of mechanic oil. Spooky thinks about winning, and hey, she might. Joe might come out in the lead with this. The Dear Lord questions his sanity. Mother Bab and Ben the Merchant tell stories about themselves to each other. Becca loses sight of where she is. Becca, honey, you have no eyes. I hate to break it to you, but you never knew where you were to start with. Day 5. Otto Otter scares Spooky off. Wow. Otto Otter is turning into the MVP right here, man. Either that or Spooky's taking, like, pity on him, being like, oh no, you're so scary. I'm gonna fly away now. Ben the Merchant severely injures Becca and leaves her to die. But Ben! You worked so well with her! Killing that jar and the bug! Why would you turn on her now, you traitor? Oh, Mother Bab stabs Dear Lord with a tree branch! Given that he's like the Lord of the Forest, that is so freaking ironic. The irony here is like 10,000%. Again, another sacrifice to the Mother Bab god. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance for Becca and the Dear Lord. 5 days. Almost made it a week, guys. Came very close. But unfortunately, there can only be one. One survivor. One. That's a 1. I swear. I am tired. Alright. Night 5! Mother Bab and Ben the Merchant sleep in shifts. Uh-oh. Otto Otter stabs Spooky in the back with a trident. I don't know! Otto Otter might come out on top, which would be the funniest, most ironic thing ever right here. And moving on to day 6. Ben the Merchant is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Otto Otter can't handle the fact that he killed Spooky and begs for Mother Bab to kill him. She refuses, keeping Otto Otter alive.
At least he understands what he's done.
Yes. She's like, no, we require actual living sacrifices. You're an animatronic. You're not going to help my cause, like, at all. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance for Spooky. Damn. You poor thing. All you wanted was to be seen as not cute and scary, and instead you got killed by an animatronic. Never turn your back on an animatronic. Mother Bab, Night 6, Mother Bab receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Ben the Merchant receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. And Otto Otter starts a fire. We didn't start the fire. I don't know how that song goes. I probably am not even singing it right. There we go. Day 7, we have hit a week. We've hit a full week in the Hunger Games simulator. Mother Bab receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor, and Ben the Merchant and Otto Otter hunt for Mother Bab. Don't trust him, Otto! He'll stab you in the back like he stabbed Becca in the back. Or like you stabbed Spooky in the back. Gosh dang, both of you are going to stab each other in the back. No cannon shots can be heard in the distance because now everything's going to get super mundane. Night 7, Ben the Merchant cooks his food before putting his fire out, and Mother Bab and Otto Otter sleep in shifts. Who is going to win? Come on, guys, we're only down to 3. Let's see some action here. Day 8, Otto Otter receives clean water from an unknown sponsor, and Mother Bab shoots an arrow into Ben the Merchant's head, killing him. Savage. So now we're down to the animatronic and the cult demon thing. Who is going to win? It's a 50-50 shot here, folks. Let's see. Fallen tributes. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance for Ben. Let's see who will come out on top. The animatronic or the cult leader goddess thing. I really don't know what she is. I honestly don't know.
That lady.
Oh, Mother Bab silently snaps Otto Otter's neck. So, as the cannon shots fire off for Otto Otter, the true winner is crowned, and the winner is Mother Bab from District 3! And the ground shakes. And all of a sudden there's a giant roar as the middle of the arena splits open, and the Mother Bab God rises from the center of the arena, ready to take over the world. This is how we all die, folks. Tom, you want to go do something? And then Tom turns out the arena lights. Yes, that is going to help so much, Tom. Thank you so much. Alright, let's see how everybody's stacked up. Mother Bab was the winner with 5 kills. Wow, was she the most? She killed the most people. Huh. Otto Otter was in second place with 3 kills. Or no, Mother Bab tied with Ben the Merchant. Ben the Merchant was in third place with 5 kills. Spooky was in 4th place with 1 kill, and trailing at the very end was Dear Lord in 5th place with no kills. Well, that didn't turn out nearly the way I thought it was going to. I thought for sure Otto Otter was going to be like the underdog and like come from the very back of the pack and be like, ha-ha! Animatronics forever! Whee! And then Mother Bab was like, hey, hey, hey. And she just kind of won. So I guess the Earth is in super danger right now. If she wins the Ultimate Hunger Game Championship round, then oh boy. It's not going to look good for the Earth. So Mother Bab is going to get to move on to the Hunger Games Ultimate Elimination Championship round with Dave Barry, Cyborg, Deadpool, Cassandra Pentagast, Circus Baby, Constantine, Freddy Krueger, and the Flatlands Monster. So this is going to be quite a showdown. Thank you all for joining me this far. I hope you guys keep watching this series. I'm very excited to see who all is going to be in this final championship round. I want to see everybody fight each other. It's great. And thanks for watching 30 Days of Halloween with me. Like I said, I'm sorry I couldn't upload anything yesterday, but we will be trying to get back on track. We will get 30 videos in by the end of October. I'm going to work really hard to make sure everything gets set up. So if you want, click like or subscribe. It's not necessary, but it kind of helps me out. It makes me feel good about myself anyway. And hopefully we will see you next time for more murder, mayhem, and maiming. Bye, everybody!